Alright guys, how you doing? Jack Queen here, the cynical Brit with comedic wit. Now then, 2020 has been a very interesting year for football, hasn't it? I mean, with this virus that must not be named, we went from full stadiums to having no matches to having matches played in empty stadiums. And now the season's over. But ladies and gentlemen, as you probably should know by now, I'm a bit of a lad. I like to go out with the boys, get smashed, do lines of cocaine along piss-soaked toilets, support the AGL, and then I'll go out and have a fight with rival football fans. And you know why? Because it's banter, innit? But unfortunately, due to social distancing, I've been forced to fight online instead, which just doesn't carry the same weight as a solid punch to the jaw, if you know what I mean. So I thought, why don't we have a look at an old documentary following some football hooligans around so you can see what I get up to on the weekend. So first we're going to have a look at a lad called Denny who lives up in Wolverhampton.
This year, it's more flat. This is where when I came from Stoke, this is where I came. Look, see that there? See that on the wall? They're my initials, CD.
First rule of being a hooligan, you got to mark your territory. That's important. Now it may just seem like he's showing us some just bog standard graffiti, but if you're from Wolverhampton, that's considered an art installation.
I was like the only black geezer in the whole school. My mum always made sure I defended myself. If I ever came home crying, she would send me back out. Be like, go outside and fight your battle, you know what I mean?
That's good parenting, that, isn't it?
Mum, I just got battered outside. Can I have a cuddle?
Nah, you go back outside and you get done in, you cunt.
Start to see these older lads dress nice, you know, all the casual stuff. You start to try and dress like them, you know what I mean? And then when you start to dress like them, you start wanting to be like them as well. You want something more, it's like a belonging. Like for me to just get my season ticket, get my hot chocolate at half time and watch that game and walk out and go home, it's not enough for me. I just need to do something extra.
I mean, sure, have something extra. When I go to football games, sometimes I'll have hot chocolate. You know, a football game isn't a football game until I've had my depressingly hot Cadbury's drinking chocolate that's meant to be with milk, but instead is with piping hot water that burns my tongue every time.
The search for something extra has seen Denny rise to become the top boy at one of the country's most active youth firms, Wolves Youth, part of the Yam Yam Army.
I mean, come on, like, how is anyone supposed to take you seriously if you're walking around being called the Yam Yam Army? Being named after a vegetable twice is hardly the most threatening name you could come up with for a firm, is it? True story, actually. One time my dad sent me to the shop to get a loaf of bread and I came back with a packet of Yum Yums. Don't know why I told you that. It's part of my childhood trauma. I'm still not allowed to live it down. Dad, I was 6 years old. Let it go. So let's have a look at this Yam Yam Army then. We've got the bodyguard, we've got the bumblebee, the ninja.
We're a family unit, that's what Wolves are.
And you see these boys, right? They were smart, all right? They were prepared for COVID years ago.
People can see us as just straight scumbags, you know what I mean? But far from it. I've got lads that come with us that are like firefighters, teachers, professional people.
Oh, perfect. Just the kind of people I want as football hooligans. Aye, so basically, yeah, man's dog ate his homework, innit? Right then, well, I have to take you outside and open you up, you cunt. Itzel, did you manage to save that man from the burning building? Nah, mate, nah, I couldn't. Why was it? Was it not safe to do so, yeah? Nah, it was. He was just wearing a Man United shirt, innit he? So I knocked him out and left him on the floor. Cheeky prick. Too right, Tel. That'll teach him. Now we move on to Dante, who, seeing as how I'm an Arsenal fan, which is a very unfortunate place to be, he's what we would refer to as a Tottenham scumbag.
Two bits of historical places of interest to me. The hospital where my daughter was born, and going to prison where I spent my last prison sentence. My daughter was born in this hospital May the 11th, the day I got my first banning order, because I was in court in the morning.
These people need better memories, man. So far, all we have is council housing, prison, graffiti, kids, and getting beaten up.
So that's why I got my first beating at the bottom of that tower. I got battered in a fight. Got absolutely weighed in. I got home, I got told off by my mum. I had to go out and fight the geezer about 2 weeks later.
Seems to be a common theme running through this documentary. A thug life tour followed by an uncaring, unsympathetic mother. You see, if I'd come home after getting beaten up by a bully, my mum wouldn't send me back out looking for them. No. she'd beat me up instead. It was old-style parenting, old-fashioned values. That's what these people need. But he's decided to reform his ways and become a changed man, move away from football hooliganism.
In order to stay away from the firm, Dante thinks he's come up with a plan. Dante's just been signed up for his first professional mixed martial arts fight.
Alright, now we move up to Hamilton in Scotland to look at someone you probably wouldn't expect to be a football hooligan.
400 miles away, in the small Scottish town of Hamilton, someone else is just starting their journey.
Wait. A woman. It's fucking lads, not fucking lass, man.
Now, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, I am not sexist. I am an equal opportunity hooligan. I will punch anyone in the face who wants to have it out with me. Besides, her name's Brogan, so bro is kind of like a lad, so it counts.
People always judge you because they say, oh, you're a girl and stuff, you know, we go to the games and get a lot of grief.
Good job they've put subtitles on her, because I don't speak Scotland.
17-year-old Brogan is studying to do law at university.
To be fair, you'll probably be in front of a judge quite a lot, Ken. So why not save some legal fees and, you know, represent yourself? See that? That's smart hooliganism.
Traditionally, girls have been kept on the periphery of football firms, dismissed by the boys as groupies or hooligan hoes.
Hooligan hose. What a title. I wonder what other names they call them. Bit of match day muff. Some corner flag clunger. Hey. Some away day anal.
And he's going to get his marching orders for that intervention. Red card all the way.
Well, definitely the referee's got that spot on.
I can handle myself, but if anything did kick off, it's out of my hands. I can't do it in about if I'm there. I would stand. I wouldn't run.
Are you sure you're not willing to consider it? I mean, I don't know about you. That's what I'd be doing. Right, back over to Tottenham so we can have a look at Dante and see all the places that he's banned from.
See, that's the centre of London. This is Tottenham Hotspur football ground. That's the Fortress. So I'm banned from 2 mile radius. I'm also banned from Queen's Park Rangers Football Club. Got the Wembley one. I'm not allowed from round here, up here, up through Kilburn. So basically it'd be 1 mile of King's Cross and then also 1 mile of Euston. So we've got 1 mile of Waterloo. We've got 1 mile of Liverpool Street, Victoria Station.
Right, so basically, you can't be in London ever. Also, shout out to Kilburn, yeah, that's man's hometown, innit? Doing bits out here on the map, fam.
This ain't got Luton on it, has it? I'm banned from Luton as well.
I saw this as top comment on the video and it cracked me up. You're banned from Luton? I wish I was. Luton is a shithole.
So I'm banned till 2020.
Ah, 2020. Congratulations, man. It's a shame we've all been banned from going to football matches, isn't it?
Denny, from the Wolves' Yam Yam Army, is on his way down to London.
Okay, stop calling it the Yam Yam Army, please.
He's found an English firm that will allow him to fulfil his ambition of an away day against European opposition.
See, now most people, when they say they're fulfilling a dream of going to Europe, it's because they get to travel, explore, see what this lovely continent has to offer. Not because they want to know how other countries fight, but I wonder who he's going to go and fight with this time.
Denny's arrived in London. He's now got to meet one of the top boys from the firm he'll be guesting with later, but it won't be the first time their paths have crossed.
Happening, mate? You right, yeah?
Yeah, man. Sweet, yeah, man. Sweet, sorted.
Oh, plot twist!
Yeah. The last time I saw him, he's probably red in the face. You know what I mean? He's growling at me.
We just sort of locked horns with each other, and I just think like afterwards, sort of like there was like I respected him. I think it goes both ways.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
both respected each other. Both knew we was on our jobs that day.
No, that wouldn't be the kind of job I'd like to be doing. Also, a job implies that you get paid to do it, which you don't. I always found that weird in fighting, how if you're in boxing, MMA, and, you know, being a football hooligan, they'll go out and batter each other until there is literally nothing left to punch. And then they'll make up like nothing happened. Like, big man, you had me picking my teeth out of a toilet bowl. Like, how am I supposed to be friendly with you after that?
2 years ago, these top boys brought their 2 youth firms together for a fight. But to avoid the police, it didn't happen at a Spurs-Wolves game. They chose a neutral location in a quiet suburban town.
So wait a minute. They didn't even fight at a football match. I didn't realise that was in the rules, to be honest with you. Like, they just ring each other up and say, Dante, I know there isn't a game on, but I'm not doing anything tonight. Do you fancy a scrap? I mean, the idea of fighting at any time is stupid, but at least pick a time that's convenient for both of you to be there. I'm just thinking the logistics, boys. That's all I'm saying. Right, back up to Scotland so we can have a look at the Hamilton firm and see how hard they are, or as they like to be known as, the Ackies. Now, they forgot to add subtitles for this bit, but don't worry. I've added subtitles for you, just to help you out. Ah, look at them. Bless them. Hard as nails. Got the standard firmware gear on. We've got the Elise jumpers, the Adidas or Adidas trainers, and a bottle of rosé on the go. Stolen out of someone's mum's cupboard. Classy. It's more of a drink that you'd have on a night in than a night out, but who am I to judge? We all have our park bench drink of choice. For them it's rosé. For me, it's vodka filtered through a public urinal.
Mainly because that's all I can afford.
At the end of the day, it's all a question of taste, really, isn't it? Although mine tastes a lot like piss. Absolute piss. So I've got nothing left to show you, really, apart from Dante's first professional MMA fight and the lead up to it.
That's your boy over there with the hood up. Tomorrow you're going to try and take his head off, and he's going to try and take your head off. I've seen him cut to people, stare him down. Yeah, tomorrow, me and you, yeah, and I watch him melt. Next day, it's got nothing left. Yeah. They melt them when they get there, you know.
When I stare down my opponent, I'll melt them in all. I'm like the sun. I radiate heat.
Now, do you know the history of this man?
Hang on a minute, hang on. Why has he got his shirt off? There he was, walking up, right? Next thing, boom, gone, disappeared. No shirt. Where's it gone? Dunno. Now, I know this is meant to be a professional mixed martial art event, but it just doesn't look like the time or place to take your shirt off, does it? Like, everyone behind him looks like they're queuing up for the job centre. Now, I know this moment is meant to be quite intense, right? But to be honest, I don't really like it. So I thought we could lighten the mood a little bit, you know, change it up a bit. We could turn it into a comedy. Or an action film. Or even a budding romance. Kinda suits the mood better, I think. Now it's time for the main event.
Right, I'm asking you guys, you've got to be the other 50% for us, right? Keep your boys under control. Yeah, no problem. You think you're going to play out there, or you think they're going to be all right?
Of course you're not going to play out.
Dante has made a promising start, but the fight barely makes it through the first round.
You think you're going to play out there, or you think they're going to be all right?
Of course you're not going to play out.
Well, at least they kept their end of the bargain. Luckily, we have a mediator who's there to calm down the situation.
Celebrity compere Alex Reid attempts to act as peacemaker.
Please turn the other cheek. Be nice to each other.
Here, hang on. Isn't that one of your quotes, mate? I mean, come on, you are asking hooligans to turn the other cheek at a mixed martial arts event. And that's pretty much it. I mean, the fight resumed and Dante won. Tottenham scumbag. Then he got himself banned from seeing a football game for 5 years for kicking off on a train. And Brogan has to consider giving up her hooligan lifestyle so she can go on to study to be a lawyer. She ends up having a boyfriend from a rival football firm. So I'm sure she'll be up in court in a few years' time as a lawyer, defending herself on domestic abuse charges. I love a happy ending. Alright guys, thank you so much for sticking around and watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to smash the like button. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and punch the notification bell so you can be kept up to date with all things Jack Queen. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter. All the links will be down below in the description. Or if you really want to help us out, you can donate to me via Patreon so that I can either hire Brogan as a defence lawyer or buy a cheeky bottle of Pinot Grigio. And take care for now. My name is Jack Queen. Play your cards right, and remember,
football violence is like heroin.
And I'll see you next time.
Hello, 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 hello.